So cheese ball, we're starting, this cheese ball calls for 1 block of cream cheese. This makes a smaller cheese ball, so if you're having a bunch of people over, I always go ahead and just double the recipe, and it works out great. Then we're going to do some fresh chopped parsley and scallion. So depending on how big, and some people call them green onion, scallion, whatever it is, it's all the same. This happens to be a really big one. If they're the smaller ones, you're going to use about 2 of them. So I'm just going to dice up my scallion. If you can brave the cold, come on out and see me. I'm at the Festival Foods in Neenah this afternoon from 4:30 till 6 for a holiday book signing. So I'd love to see it. The store is beautiful, and it should be a lot of fun. And then I'm at 2 other Festival Foods this weekend. Sunday morning, 3 I should say. I'm in Oshkosh from 10:30 to noon, right before the Packers game. It's a later Packer game on Sunday. And then I'm headed to Darboy from 12:30 to 1:30, and then the De Pere Festival Food from 2 to 3 right before the game. So come on out and see me. Okay, so scallions, I'm also going to do some fresh chopped flat leaf parsley. Now for people who don't like blue cheese, I still think you're going to like this cheese ball because it's really going to be mellowed out by the cream cheese. So it's not like you're going to be eating blue cheese right out of hand. I think a lot of people are, you know, not into blue cheese. I happen to love it. It's more of one of those acquired tastes. I remember having it the first time and I'm thinking, I don't think I liked it so much, but now I can't get enough of it. But it really is mellowed out in this cheese ball, so you're not going to get that really strong blue cheese flavor. So in goes our chopped parsley. What I like about cheese balls is they're a nice make ahead. So you can make these at least 2 to 3 days ahead of time and park them in your refrigerator. And when it's party time and the holidays, I try and get as much done ahead of time as I can. So cream cheese, chopped scallions, chopped parsley, a couple dashes of hot sauce, and this isn't going to be, you know, spicy in any way. It's just going to pump up the flavor. It's just like putting a little dash or 2 of hot sauce when you're making mac and cheese. Same idea. Just going to give that sauce some flavor. And then I've got some crumbled blue cheese, and the best way to do that is I like to buy it more in a block and then crumble it myself. I just think it's fresher and it just tastes a little better that way. I give my hands a quick wash. Cheese balls actually really need to be made the day ahead or even at least a few hours ahead because they need to firm up in the refrigerator so that you can shape them into a ball. So now I'm just going to use a mixer and beat this all together just until it's really nice and incorporated, and the blue cheese mixes in with the cream cheese and get all the lumps and bumps out of the cream cheese. So this is going to take a couple of minutes. I've got cream cheese flying everywhere. So at this point, you want to just cover it with plastic wrap and get it into the refrigerator until that gets a little bit firm. And then after it does that, you can shape it into a ball. We've got it right here, and it turns out really nice and, you know, workable. And this is about the size of a softball. And now I like to coat these with some sort of a nut. In this case, you could use walnuts or pecans, really pair nicely with blue cheese. And it's easier to coat the cheese ball if you crush up the nuts a little bit. Now, you could certainly do these by hand, but I'm all about shortcuts, especially during the holidays. So we've got about a cup of walnuts or pecans. And I'm just going to throw them into the food processor. And you see how quick this goes. Perfect. So you don't want them real fine. I'm going to do it one more time. But if they're a little bit crushed, they're going to coat that cheese ball just that much easier. Okay. I'm going to get another bowl before I put this on a plate. Take my cheese ball. Take my nuts. And kind of use that plastic wrap to really coat the cheese ball. See how easy this is? If those nuts were a little bit chunkier, it wouldn't be as easy. Okay. And then this can go back in the fridge now once it's all coated until you're ready to serve it. I like to serve these with one of those cute little spreaders. We have a holiday spreader somewhere, don't we, Ann? Mm-hmm. And then just some nice crackers that you just kind of surround the cheese ball with. And then people pop over at the last minute. You can pull this, it's the grapes out of the fridge, and you are ready to turn on some holiday music and say, come on in. Good to see you. And during the holidays, I think that happens a little more often, where people just pop by with a little holiday gift just to say hi, or maybe they drop off their neighbor drop off their Christmas card in person. And it's nice to be able to invite them in and have something like this on hand. So there you go, a really easy blue cheese ball. And again, that cheese ball really won't have that super strong blue cheese flavor because we use the cream cheese to mellow it out, coated in some chopped walnuts. This is really is delicious. Later in the show, we're going to make another completely different cheese ball recipe, but really tasty and delicious too. And coming up, we're decking the halls on today's show. We've got some more really fun holiday decorating ideas, and later we're doing some baking, chai tea cookies, and a whole lot more. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.